Okay, so let's have a look at arranging with piano, okay, within a project where we have piano. Now, if you're a pianist, that's great. If you're not, you've got another challenge, just like me. I'm not a pianist, okay? I dabble a little bit, but I'm by no means a pianist. So the challenge is much greater when you don't play the instrument you're programming. Just like drums, piano, I don't play either of those instruments, but I try to program them as best I can. But the good news is that these days, you don't really have to go through the lengths of programming like you did like maybe 10 or 15 years ago, because there's software out there these days that come pre-packed and preloaded with all kinds of beats, all kinds of stylistic genres and piano sequences, and it's already there for you. You just need to pick the one that suits, that's closest to what you want, and then chop and change it, and you're good to go. And it's got the feel and it's got everything in there. So basically, when we look at the piano here, this piano originated from here, from Easy Keys, okay? Now, from this piece of software here, and I chose certain patterns to go with the song that I felt were the closest, okay? They weren't quite right, so this is why, you know, and the sound especially wasn't quite exactly what I wanted, but this is the end product, okay? It's like a tubular type of sound. Okay, so, but it started off here. Okay, not very impressive, but it came from within these patterns where I chose it, because obviously your song is an original song, and it's unlikely that you're going to find exactly the same progression within a piece of software. I mean, you might, but you're going to have to sit there for hours sifting through, I don't know how many progressions there are in here in all these different packs, okay? There's a lot. So I'm not going to do that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get the pattern that actually has the feel and the type of timing that I'm looking for, the type of pattern that is going to suit the song the best. And then I'll go in here, okay, in the editor, and every DAW has a MIDI editor like this, and just move things around and just change the chords, change everything. Obviously, you have to have some kind of an understanding of music at this point in time so you could know what you're doing, okay? But if you don't, then you're just gonna have to pick the chords from within here. Like as an example, if you pick this one, okay, now you can chop and change it in here, but I find it easier. Like you use the scissors here and chop that, move things around, okay, move that there and whatever. But I find it a lot easier to just import, find the pattern that I like, and then just import it into my project, just like this, okay? Just like this. And then from here, I could go into my MIDI editor and I can move things around much easier than from within this editor. But that's for this particular software. And you might use it, you might not, it doesn't matter. I never use that editor in this software, hardly ever. Sometimes I do work out ideas here. But the point is that obviously you want the piano to follow in the rhythmic and stylistic way of your song, okay? So whatever that song is, whether it's pop, country, rock, whatever, okay? You want to find that pattern that is going to follow it the closest. Same with the drums. Same with the drums up here, okay? You want to find the patterns that are going to actually fit with the song. So if we go here, I think we were on the chorus. So okay, it's following in that pattern. It's right on the beat, right? following the pattern, and of course in the key, the chord progression of the song, obviously. So I decided to put the piano started up in the chorus, okay? The whole song up until the first chorus has no piano in it, as you can see here, okay? The rest of it has nothing in it, okay? And if we unsolo this,
I got a little
just vocal and acoustic guitar. That's it. That's it. And over here, we're introducing the drums and the bass. It's a build-up. Okay? That's not correct. Okay? The piano's only going to come in the chorus. That's it. Very subtle. If you mute it, probably can't even hear it now, but if you mute it, check it out. Something's missing, right? It's subtle, but it's there. Okay? So basically that's it. The piano, drums, sax, cello, whatever it is that you're going to add in there, you got to make sure that you program it in the style and in the rhythm and flow and feel of your song. And the only way to do that is to actually have a piece of software that can help you with that. Because if you're gonna program it from scratch, I'm not saying it's impossible. They used to do it 15, 20 years ago. People used to do it pretty successfully as well. But more often than not, they were pianists, saxophone players, cellists, whatever. So they know the nuances of their instrument. And even then, it wasn't perfect. It's very hard to duplicate the feel of an instrument. Very, very difficult. With certain instruments, software has accomplished it better than with others. With guitar, it's very difficult. They just can't, I don't know, I still haven't heard a piece of software duplicate the nuances of a guitar. It's very, very difficult. But saxophones, violins, other stringed instruments, they've been a lot more successful in sampling. And it's not so much the samples, it's the feel of the actual instrument. But anyway, that's basically the long and short of it. Okay, so whatever instrument you have, make sure that it follows the flow, follows the rhythm and the feel of your song, and then it's just a question of placement. Where do you want to put it? Do you want to just highlight it? Like recently I did a project with a cello, and I might put that on as a next song, but it's got a cello in there. It's got very little cello. You don't hear much of the cello at all. A little bit in the beginning, a little bit in the middle, and a little bit in the end. It's just there for highlights, but it really makes a difference in the song. So anyway, that's my 2 cents. Hope that helped. I'll see you next time.